Students, welcome back to the online class for Standard 8. Today we will continue the chapter Tenses from your practice book. As you know, we have already dealt with past tense and the present tense. Past tense refers to the things which already happened in the previous or yesterday or the last night. So the things which already happened in the past is expressed through past tense, and the things which are going on right now, so they were expressed in present tense. And next is your future. So now we will talk about future, but this future word, when you talk about this, what comes to mind? The things which have already happened or which will happen, or the things which will happen in the future are expressed in future tense. And the words like shall and will, so they are used to express something which will happen in future. And this is not all. There are some other tenses, there are some other ways in which we can also express future time, future tense. So let's see. It's vacation time. Read what these people have to say about their plans for summer vacation. I'm going to Manali in this summer break. It will be cold there and we might get to see some snow near the Rohtang Pass. So here you underline the tenses am going and then will be. So these two, one is present continuous, the other is future. Okay, simple future. So these two, they tell about the future time. Though I am going is in present continuous, but it expresses future time. I am going to Manali. Okay. Here in the second one, our plan is to visit Rishikesh. From there we go to Haridwar and then proceed to Dehradun and Mussoorie. So here our plan is and then go. So these are in simple present tense, but they express future time. So when you talk about something or scheduled or planned routine, so something which is already planned, so these things are used in simple present tense, but they express the future time. And then the third one, I will stay in Delhi at my uncle's place. I will visit the National Museum and will enjoy a ride in the metro train. So here, will stay, will visit, will enjoy. So these words or these verb, they tell about the future. Shall or will is used to express future time. So now what we have noticed here, so to express something in future, there are three ways. One, by using present tense, present simple tense like we go, and then present continuous like I am going, and then shall and will. So these are the three different ways when we use it to talk about future. So let's come to the next one. I hope you have understood this. So future can be talked about in different ways, by using shall will, by using the present simple when it's a scheduled thing, planned way, and then by using present continuous am going. Let's come to the worksheet 14. Read the passage given below where a person is trying to convince the bank manager to lend him some money for his food joint. Complete the passage by filling the blanks with appropriate future time forms. So what we are going to do, we have to write down future time forms. So let's write down here what are the future time. First, by using shall or will. Next, by, make it small one, by using present continuous, I am writing in short, and then by using simple present simple present. Is it clear to you now? So by using shall will, by present continuous, and then by present continuous what we mean is, are, am, going, and then simple present. So let's see. You see, sir, I'm going to open a food joint in the city, but it will take it will take me a lot of money to start it. I just buy a piece of land and construct it. So, when you talk about something determined way or something absolutely sure, we can use will with I. So, I'll buy a piece of land and construct it. Then I'll get it furnished. Further, I need some. Further, I need, or we can also write down, or I shall need some shapes. I need some shapes and waiters. It will be a huge investment. Can you please help me by providing me with some loan? I will definitely. Here, I'll definitely pay it back in installments. I'm sure this food joint will be a huge success. It will have Italian continental food in its menu, which will attract the younger generation. It will be one of its kind. It's going to be also can be written. It will be one of its kinds in the city. I shall feel obliged if you could sanction me a loan of 50 lakh rupee for the purpose. So this is all. We can write down shall or will, is going to, can be written, or this need. Or here also you can write in this one. I am going to can be also written. Okay. I'm going to buy. Okay. Okay, both can be written. Okay, next see. Future continuous. So what is future continuous? Shall or will be. Shall or will be verb ing. Next, what we have to do, let's see. Be a fortune teller. That means what will happen in the future, you will tell them. Just predict what the following people will be doing in near future and become a successful fortune teller. One example has been done for you. Maria, a typist. So what will she doing? Maria will be typing official letters. Tom, what we can write on? Tom will be cooking. Tom will be cooking delicious food. Okay, next. Mr. Kingsley, CEO. So what Mr. Kingsley would be doing? You can write down Mr. Kingsley will be Mr. Kings will be CEO. What would be doing? Would be attending meetings. Okay. So next one. Third number, Harry, computer engineers. So this one you have to write down. There are two more. Martha, a doctor. What she would be? Martha will be treating a patients. Martha will be attending the patients. Can be written. Lenin, a student. Lenin, what Lenin will be studying in the class, will be giving a presentation. Anything can be written, but what we have to do, you have to write in future continuous. What does it mean? That it deals with an action that will be going on at some point of time in future. So these three are homework for you. Next one, future perfect tense. So here future perfect tense means what you have to do, you have to write down shall or will, then have been, its future, so shall will be used, then perfect means have will be used, have been V3, verb in the third past participle. So what we will write down, let's see. So by the year 2100, solar power will have replaced electricity generated by water, and cloths made of metal will have replaced cloths made of fiber and cotton. So you have to predict what will happen in the future, what changes will be there in the future. So one example has been done for you. Buses. I think buses will have stopped plying on the roads. Public air service will have taken their place. Roads, you can write in roads made of plastics, maybe. No, nowadays also we can see roads made of plastic will have taken the place of concrete roads made of plastics will have taken the place of concrete roads. The roads which we have now, it would be replaced by the roads with plastics. Could be done in the future. Next one, houses. What can be written about the houses? Floating houses. Floating. The houses on the sky, maybe. No, it's future. Floating houses will have taken the place of brick houses. Next one, schools. What about schools? Schools will have you can write schools at home will have started. You have to read at home like nowadays. and last two you have to do that. Books, you can write down books or telebooks in this chapter, that fun they had. The telebooks will have replaced, or the books made of paper will have replaced by telebooks can be written. Traffic signals, like that you have to write down the other two. So now do it yourself. So what we have to do here, this is a detective story. What we have to do, it's a diary entry of a detective who is trying to solve a murder mystery. Read the diary entry and complete it by filling the blanks with correct verb form. It's a case of murder. The motive seems. The motive seems to be something more than just robbery. So now he talks about something happened in the past. When I reached the scene, the police already. So one action took place, and before that something else happened. So what we will use? Past perfect. The police had already, what it had done? Started. STARTED V3. The police had already started investigating. Two constables examined the furniture. So he saw this. That was happening that time. Two constables were examining. Two constables were examining the furniture and other articles of the house very carefully. They obviously were looking. So these are the ongoing actions which were happening there. They were looking for some fingerprints could give which could give them a lead in the case. One constable, what was the constable doing? One constable was, it's singular, one constable was taking pictures of the scene, and another was we can write down here. It became very small. Let me make it big one. Was collecting. COLLECTING. Okay. One constable was taking pictures of the scene, and another was collecting blood samples for tasting. I decided, it's past tense, I decided to examine the things in a different way. I went. These things happening in the past. Went to the room and examined the chair where Mr. XYZ was found dead. The murderer. So when he examined the chair, this activity of attacking had already done. Okay. Before one action, this action had already taken. So what we will write in? We'll write in perfect tense, past perfect. Had attacked him from the back with a knife. At that time, Mr. XYZ, at that time means it refers that ongoing action continues. What was he doing? Was reading. READING. What was Mr. XYZ doing at that time? At that time, he was reading a book. The police already. The police, this word already refers something which had all happened. Perfect tense. Had already recovered. Had already recovered the knife from the room. The murderer, before the knife was recovered, what happened? The murderer, this action had already happened. Before that thing, had cleaned it thoroughly and placed it under the pillow. I think. So he's thinking now. I think he looked for some important papers and not just money as he disturbed the book rack and throw past tense, threw all files on the floor. What makes the case most interesting? So he's talking in the present. What makes the case most interesting is the fact that the door locked from inside. The door was locked from inside and there were no fingerprints at all. So now the second number. Complete the following by filling in the appropriate tenses of the verb given in the brackets. Surbi was the divine cow of the Devas and she lived in heaven. One day Indra, this talks about the past tense, past experience, find past tense. Surbi crying. He went to her and asked affectionately why. So you can see there is an inverted comma. When inverted comma is there, so the action is a direct speech and it's written in present tense. And when you change it, you change the narration. The next part we will read in the next chapter. So it will be in present tense. Why are you? So you must be there and this crying will be written here. Okay. Dear Surbi said, "O Lord, all the bulls and cows who," it is also in inverted comma, within inverted comma. So you have to write on in present tense. So all the bulls and cows who live on the earth are my children. Look at them. They are working. They're walking so hard to plow the fields. They're suffering under the yoke. Pains me. So she is very sad. Their sufferings under the yoke pain me. It makes me cry. And then what happened? Lord Indra was sad to hear this. He thought. He thought of a plan. He immediately summoned. Summoned means called. He summoned the clouds, mighty clouds. Here also what happens? With an inverted comma. So what is it? Mighty clouds drench. Drench the earth with your powerful downpour. The cattle on drench, you have to make it here. It has become very small. Next one is the cattle on the earth are suffering because of multiplying needs of humans. They never let their cattle rest until it rains heavily. So the inverted comma is over here. So the direct speech is over. So now what happened in the past? The clouds immediately, what they did? They caused a great downpour. It rained for many days, and the people on the earth were unable to do any work on the fields. So the poor bullocks got some rest at last, and Surabhi was happy. So this is all for today, and in the next class we'll begin the new chapter narration, which is a very important one. As you read in this worksheet, question number 2, that there are some speech which are directly told by the speaker, and then other they were reported. So narration is also called reported speech. We will do this in the next class, and it's really very important. And then goodbye. Thank you.